And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live Q&A here on the channel. It is Wednesday evening. The Wednesday evening live Q&As have been a staple of this channel for 3 years now.
For generations.
Yeah, for a long, long time.
Centuries.
Millennia.
Eons.
Eternity. It's been a long damn time is what we're trying to say, but welcome back to this edition of a live Q&A here on the channel. If you guys are new here, be sure to hit the like button, drop some questions in the chat. We just hang out for a bit, answer some questions, and today in particular, I'm being very picky with the questions I answer because I want some diversity, some originality, some creativity. I do these streams a lot, and so I don't want to just answer the same handful of questions every stream. So I'll be very picky with what I answer tonight. Super chat is the way to go to guarantee that we get to your question or comment, however, and is a huge way to help support me directly as I continue working at this channel. But that's all she wrote. Let's just dive into this thing. I see we got 19 people in there, so hit that like button. Hello there. Love that profile picture, by the way. I see Jackson here. Jack says, hey, Chris, hope all's well, man. What are you thinking about Ahsoka? I hope you're also doing well, Jack. But Ahsoka, to me, has consistently maintained a level of greatness to almost getting better each week. Like this newest episode, I won't reveal what happens because I'm not that guy. But it brings, it's cool. It's real cool what happens in the new episode of Ahsoka, and satisfying. And it's just nice to have like a villainous presence in a show that like, I think a great villain makes a show or movie that much better. And a lot of other Star Wars shows, specifically seasons of The Mandalorian, have lacked that. Boba Fett also. But this, I mean, it's been building up to something, and we're nearing the end of the season, and I think they're really, they're doing wonders with it.
Do you want to tell them what happened last night during the Ahsoka episode as we were watching it?
Yeah, the floor's yours to do that.
Okay, guys. So we're watching the episode, and Chris spots a cockroach in my room. I hate cockroaches, and I know everybody hates cockroaches, but I hate cockroaches more than anybody else. It's an actual chronic fear. It's called catsarotophobia. You can look it up. It's real.
Jesus Christ.
I'm serious, and I have it. People are like, I have arachnophobia. That's fine. I have catsarotophobia. I don't fuck with cockroaches. Don't do it. And so Chris tried to kill a cockroach, and he missed. And it fell behind my shelf, so we had to pull my shelf out. It was a lot.
It turned into a manhunt, really.
We couldn't find it, and it was scurrying all over the place.
The expletives were flying. I was sweating by the end of it.
You weren't doing anything.
I mean,
he was standing there trying to come up with a plan, and I was just trying to do action.
Does anyone enjoy killing a cockroach? Like, for growing up, I mean, I think everyone can admit this. You just got your dad to do it, and then eventually you reach an age where it's like you got to man up and do this. Like when I lived in an apartment once, like I'd just kill it, and like it was fine. But like now it's like I just have to do it, and sometimes I get PTSD, and I'm like, I don't like these things.
Okay, well, I like get severe panic attacks and anxiety attacks.
Well, if I can't get a good angle, like I don't even want to go for the kill sometimes. Like I have to have the perfect angle.
You'd rather just let it exist.
No, but if it's like it was on like a lightsaber, and I couldn't get it was like pinned between two lightsaber blades. I couldn't get like a napkin in there to crush it. Like I want that thing crushed when I get like the best place for it to be is on a wall where you can literally palm that thing and just smack it. Smack it dead.
We need to change topic.
Okay, that's fine. We got 2 super chats. Thank you guys for the super chats. Braden with the super chat saying, would you want to be a director? If you had a chance to create a movie, what would your movie look like? So I personally don't think I would want to be a director. Now, I took some courses in college where I had the opportunity, more so was required, to make short films that will never see the light of day publicly, by the way.
I'm in them.
So I've made 2 short films, like gone through the whole process of editing, sharing footage with people. And it's a one-man job. I'm the director, writer, editor, producer. Cam's the one star. Dialogueless, mind you. It's a lot. And I'd rather just consume media as a fan of it and do what I do here on YouTube as opposed to actually creating films. There's a lot of reasons as to why, but I've never really had the desire to really, you know?
If I had the chance to make a movie, I would make a really, really cool Winter Soldier movie.
Okay. Nice.
That would just absolutely gag everybody and make them regret ever speaking ill of Bucky Barnes.
Fair.
It would be the best Marvel movie ever made.
I would say for me, I would want to make a movie. Some sort of dark comedy, because that's my sense of humor, and it would be. Me and my buddies would probably get together and film something. And we're not really in focus right now. Hold on.
There you are.
Okay, cool. I would probably do some sort of like, obviously I couldn't do Barry, but something along the lines of Barry would be the route I would want to go. That would require top-notch writing. I don't know if I could deliver on that, but something along the lines of Barry would definitely be what I'd want, where it's a dark comedy, where a dude gets put in a situation and he kind of, so let's just say for the sake of this, we have like some washed up sports player who ends up having to go back and coach somewhere, but it ends up becoming there's like a very dark situation that happens or something, but there's comedy to kind of balance it out. Something along those lines. Like a blend between Dodgeball and American Psycho. There you go. But thank you for the super chat, Braden, and great question. Thomas says, "Why did you two hate Megan so much? It was supposed to be silly and campy. I find it funny. Maybe you should give it a rewatch with different expectation." Thank you for the super chat, Thomas. I will not be giving it another rewatch.
I just think, regardless of what it was supposed to be, what was the rating of it?
PG-13.
Wasn't it supposed to be rated R at some point?
Well, it was like the softest like slasher movie I've seen. Like there were kills, but they were extremely tame and off screen, and I didn't find the movie silly or campy. I found it irritating. Like I'm aware that's what it's going for, and I went in like not. I didn't go in expecting like The Conjuring. Like I went in expecting a fun movie, and I was like, God, this sucks.
I've seen silly and campy horror movies. I've seen Scream. I've seen the later half of the Saw franchise. Okay, I've seen Malignant.
Like I've seen the first Child's Play movie, and this movie felt like a literal ripoff of that, stripped of any actual like gory kills, any character I should care about, and like I didn't laugh once in this movie. Like people were like, "This movie's funny." I was like, "It's annoying. This movie's actually annoying to me."
Yeah, it wasn't good,
and that's why I don't like it. So apparently, people love this one. I think there needs to be an investigation into the opening Rotten Tomatoes score for this. It debuted with like 100. Something shady there. Yeah, bad movie, really bad movie. Appreciate the super chat, but cannot agree. All right, let's see. Good question here, Justin. Are you going to be playing Spider-Man 2 on Twitch? That's the goal. That's the hope. Can't guarantee anything. Who knows? Honestly, I would love to. I have the ability to. It's just a matter of will I. We'll find out in a month. It comes out in a month from today. So we'll see where I'm at. All right. Okay. My boy Jacob Starcourt, Food Court in the House. Let's have a fun stream. Yep, hit that like button, no spamming, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Okay. And remember, super chat's the way to go to guarantee. We get to your question, comment, or concern, because I'm going to be real picky with what I answer on this stream. Ooh, Ian with a good one. Shout out, Ian. What's a movie you wish you never watched? Megan. No, Megan. I would say... Oh man, I have to go to Letterboxd for this. There has been movies where I'm like, I just wasted an hour and a half to 2 hours of my life. So I'm going to go and I'm going to... Oh my God, I forgot it. You ever showed me that movie. I literally erased that movie from my memory. That's awful. That movie's so bad. So that's one of them.
65.
That was like early on in our relationship too.
So the first movie I ever showed you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I don't know. Did we even finish?
Yes, we did.
Okay. I don't remember what happened at the end.
It's a funny movie. It's just not for you. It's fine.
Yeah, not at all for me. All right, let's see. Movies. Screw it. I'm just going to stick with Megan. There's definitely one out there I can't think of off the top of my head, but there's movies out there that I'm like, damn, I wish I didn't watch that. I saw someone say something about Christmas Chronicles, so I was thinking bad Christmas movies. I could really incite a fire right now, but I won't.
Don't say it.
I was going to say A Christmas Story, which is like a wildly hot take. Got me called a communist. Thank you, actually. That's a better answer.
You're so disgusting.
Okay. Full House or Boy Meets World? This is more for you. This is you actually straight up. You answer this one.
It's a really good question. I like the earlier seasons of Full House, like when Michelle is like sort of like a little kid. But I really like Boy Meets World.
Fair. Both feature scenes with Splash Mountain. I just realized, with people riding Splash Mountain at Disney. Was that just a thing in the 90s for people to go to Disney and film an episode there?
Must have been.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, shoot. What's good, Nathan? How you doing, man? It's been a while. I hope all's well. Shout out Nathan Jones. I mean, me and him have been connected on YouTube for how many? 2020, we had done collabs, and we'd talked even before then. So hope all's well with you, man. It's been a while. We got to catch up soon. Who's your favorite musical artist? Mine is Panic at the Disco. Great pick right there.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
They're not dead. They just broke up.
Yeah. Yeah. Tragic. Right now, because I can never really do the all-time thing with music.
Probably Taylor Swift.
I honestly I'm actually not sorry. I love Taylor Swift, but it's a basic answer. But I'd say Taylor Swift's real high up there for me right now. I would say Wallows and Joe are high up there for me right now, as well as Tame Impala. So it's kind of a wide variety.
Chris is a big Tame Impala and Wallows stan.
Yeah, I am. Thoughts on the Marvel's budget? So yeah, the Marvels had originally a reported budget of 130 million. It was then reported that it's about 219 million. So it needs to make about 436 million dollars worldwide to break even, which is very doable. The first film made $1 billion. My thoughts on the budget? Most Marvel movies have a really absurdly large budget nowadays anyway, so it's kind of expected.
I think
it's less than I thought it would have been. Maybe.
If there's any Marvel movie that should have a big budget, I feel like it would be this one because
I don't know. I disagree.
Well, let me finish. Can I finish my statement? The three main characters, all of their powers involve CGI, so budget goes into CGI and paying the special effects artist. So there's just a lot more CGI they have to do than they would if it was just one person with powers.
Okay. I don't think it should have that big of a budget. Cobra Kai Hawk, what's good? How you doing? Favorite character arc of all time? This is an interesting one. I would say it's hard not to say like Tony Stark for me. Like just because of the development over all the movies. Like we're talking over a decade actually of movies that he appeared in, starting with Iron Man, ending with Endgame. That arc and it's not just he goes from being this hotshot guy to being, all about others in the end. But it's just beautiful. Each movie he sort of progresses and learns, in my opinion. I really would say it's hard to argue against that to me.
Trying to think. A lot of my characters still exist and stuff.
Like still have a character arc.
I don't know why I really want to say Frodo.
Okay.
He goes through a lot.
Yeah. It's a great pick. I dig it. I would also say a shout out to Han Solo specifically in A New Hope. Like if we're just looking at that as like a hero's journey template, like how he comes back at the end. Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million. You gotta love it. Okay. And remember, I'm being a little more picky choosy with my questions I'm answering tonight because I'm trying to make some good discussion here. Don't want to answer the ones that I've, answered a lot recently.
You also really don't need to spam your questions.
What's your favorite soccer movie of all time? Ted Lasso.
She's the man.
No, she's the man if we're going like specifically soccer. I haven't seen, what's that big one? The big, every time I talk about this, Bend It Like Beckham, I think soccer. I've not seen that.
I have seen that.
What else though? Yeah, TV wise, give me Ted Lasso. Wanka. Oh man. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you guys spam your question, myself or my mod will time you out just because it's not necessary. No need. Cam, I watched your Percy Jackson reaction. I don't know much about it besides the girl that was on the couch. Yeah.
I've been getting told that a lot. Right when the trailer dropped, one of my very good friends, Alex, texted me and he said, that I look a lot like Sally Jackson. The girl on the couch is Sally Jackson, Percy's mom. And I was like, you're just saying that 'cause she has brown hair and like a round face. And then my mom told me that I looked like her in my trailer reaction. And then I just kept getting comments. And now it's just a thing that a lot of people are telling me, which is fine. She's really pretty. So I don't mind it.
I think you have similar, like you said, like facial structure, I guess.
She kind of looks a lot like Drew Barrymore in a way. So it would make sense if this is what people want to say I look like, because I've mostly been told I look like a young Drew Barrymore. So
fair.
Just brunettes with no cheekbones.
Ants are also a pain in the butt. When you find a whole trail of them at my old house, there was an ant infestation in the bottom of the pantry. It was awful, frankly. Terrible. Okay, yeah, let's talk this. So just watch your Stranger Things update video. Hope your streaming theory is right. If you guys don't know, I did post a Stranger Things update video today. It's referring to, the back half of this question is referring to the fact that they're putting out this play. West End is essentially like the Broadway of London, right?
Yes.
And so it's exclusively over there for now.
We should go.
And I say we don't have much coming for Stranger Things 5 this year with the strikes going on. So for Stranger Things Day in 2 months, why not announce, hey, coming soon, we're dropping this on Netflix, much like they did Hamilton to Disney Plus. Do a high definition version of this play. And the real reason I think this is possible is because they're pitching it as this holds the key to the end. And it's like actually important in the universe to understanding events in the 5th season, specifically with Henry Creel as a character.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be streamed somewhere at some point, but I don't think it'll be on Stranger Things Day, because if they stream it within 2 months of it coming out, that's like way too soon. It would be like next Stranger Things, if anything. I
think you make a good point there. I mean, I think they could drop it summer 24, because
I just remember that there's an Eddie Munson book coming out in October. Yeah, sorry.
And it's canon.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, tell me twice.
So I'll probably read that too. Maybe. I can't guarantee myself reading any book ever. I try.
That'll be the 3rd book added to your book list for the year.
I mean, Percy Jackson, I could read in a day. I promise I could read in a day.
I know you could.
Battle of Songbirds and Snakes will take some time when I do start it, but it will be done by November 17th. Promise. I wouldn't put that out there if I wasn't going to do it. But no, I think that they'll announce something for it on Stranger Things Day, and then next year around May, June, July, they'll drop it on Netflix.
I think it's fascinating that they have a Munson in the cast.
It's his dad, Alan.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I was doing all my research today, and Wayne obviously is his uncle.
Yeah.
And then they referred to his dad as Al, and so Alan Munson's in there. Why would he be there? Good point.
Why would the dad be there if Eddie's not coming back?
The real kicker to me is that Bob has a sister, and in the Twitter account for Stranger Things on Stage tweeted like a picture of her with Henry. And it was like, what is Bob Newby's sister doing with future Vecna? And they're like, we're trying to be all weird about it. So are they going to retcon something like Saw style, where like we get Patty, I believe her name is, in the 5th season in like flashbacks, and she has a big role? Look, I don't care what they do, but I trust. Yeah, I trust them. They created this play.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's just some like fan fiction thing. Like, this is real, and I think it is going to have an implication on the final season. So I'm excited, guys. I said this to my buddy, my mom, before we even started the stream. I said, there's no other show out there where I would get this hyped for a stage play. That's just a fact. Over Game of Thrones, over Breaking Bad,
you don't really
over
like
Cobra Kai. I mean, it's a play based on, but it's in the universe. Come on.
Yeah, you're not a big Broadway guy, so.
I don't know about that.
Like going to it physically.
I don't know about that still. Maybe the play has to be good. All right, Thomas with a super chat. Thank you, Thomas. Not a question, but I want to like Oppenheimer more than I do. I really like what they're going for, but I don't like the amount of tense and angry dialogue thrown at you so quickly. I find it hard to keep up.
Fair.
Do you have any thoughts on Oppenheimer? Because we kind of, differ on it a little bit.
It's so long.
Okay.
And everyone's just talking so much. I think it's a good movie. I don't think it needs to be as long as it is.
Okay. See, to me, it feels like 2 hours. I'm not even making that up. Like, I saw it twice in theaters. It flies by, and I'm eating up every line of dialogue in this movie. I actually like I think the dialogue, the tense and angry dialogue, definitely from like the courtroom drama aspect of the film in the later half. I love that, especially when Emily Blunt's character gets more involved. Very, very big fan of that. So hard to keep up. I can see. I saw the movie twice. I'd say easier to follow the first time, but it's not one of those movies where you can check out or there's going to be like 10-minute action scene where you're like, oh, this is cool to watch. Like it does require your utmost attention for a lot of it, in my opinion. A lot of names. That's the one thing. Like if you're bad with names, this movie's a nightmare because there are so many. And it's not just like, oh, there's Bob and there's Parker and there's Dylan. It's like every name is complex. A lot of them are of European descent, and so it's like a lot to take in. Plus, you throw in just like almost the language of science and physics. It can get pretty confusing at times, and honestly hard to follow. I can see where you're coming from, but to me, I was just enthralled, and I was able to keep up for the most part.
The parts of the movie that I followed the best were the scientific parts when they got all history on it.
That's what I love. I love the history of it because it felt like APUS, which was my favorite.
I literally for half the movie thought that Oppenheimer's brother was JFK or what's his name, FDR.
I don't know. I'm going to move on.
He introduced himself as Franklin, and his wife was Eleanor. So I was like, wait.
God help you.
I don't know if they were like actually brothers.
All right. So they give the super chat, Thomas. This is for you specifically, Cam. Shout out Zach for the super chat.
Thank you, Zach.
Which franchise would you want to cast Dylan O'Brien in, and who would he be? And then the last part says, are you both seeing Saw X and the Creatives next weekend? We'll answer that after Cam answers this first part.
So Dylan O'Brien, I think, is a very underutilized actor. He has the ability to be he's really, really funny, and he has incredible comedic timing, so he can do comedies really well, but also he's a really good emotional actor, both like in Teen Wolf, in the Maze Runner. Maze Runner is a very underrated trilogy, and he's very, very fantastic in the Maze Runner. I feel like a very easy go-to when it comes to like casting somebody in something and you want to see them have a wide range of acting emotions is to say you want to see them play Ghostface in a Ghostface movie. I think he could crush it. He could play crazy. He could play psycho. He could play like pretending to cry and be like, it's not me. I swear it's not me. But then it is him. Like he could crush that. I think that's a very easy answer to give.
I could totally see him pulling off Ghostface. In terms of the last part of this, I'm seeing The Creator tomorrow at an early screening. Stay tuned for my out of theater action review dropping next week when the embargo lifts.
I will not be going.
In terms of Saw X, yeah. Tickets haven't been secured yet. Still waiting to see if they're screening the movie at an early press screening in my area. I don't think they are. Sometimes they don't. They didn't do Insidious 5. And it's usually horror sequels don't actually screen for whatever reason. There was none for the Nun 2. We'll see it Thursday though. Hell yeah, we will.
Yeah. Da-na-na.
If that means we're binging because we've seen the series, the Saw films for 2 straight days.
Do we have to watch Jigsaw?
Yeah. We do.
I'll sleep during that one.
We have to watch Final Chapter. That one's garbage.
Yeah.
That has one of the nastiest traps though. With
that's the one with the saws.
It's the lead singer of Linkin Park, rest in peace. The chair in the car. Remember the back, like sewed to the chair. God, it's foul.
Yeah.
Ugh, I can't even.
Yeah, now I get
But
it.
yeah, that's Saw 7. But yes, we will be seeing Saw X. I will have a Saw ranking with Kim. I don't know if you knew that or not, but that's happening.
I saw someone tweet yesterday. They're like, I've been a fan of the Saw and the Scream franchises for years and years and years, and I never put together that the guy in Scream 4 is the kid from Saw 2. And I'm like, it's even funnier when you realize that they mentioned Saw 4 in the opening scene of Scream 4, implying that there's a Saw 2 that exists. So that kid would have been in that movie canonically.
Yep. Craziness. Philly D with a super chat. Appreciate it. Hope you're also doing well. Been watching 1883 recently. It's an amazing show so far. Was wondering if the Ahsoka series is worth watching. The Ahsoka series is definitely worth watching. Even if you aren't the biggest Star Wars fan, I honestly am now at a point where I think you could still like this because of how great the storytelling is. You might miss out on a few moments and kind of had some head scratchers like, I wish I knew more about that, which you would have answered if you watched Rebels. But episode 5 alone, if you're remotely intrigued by Star Wars, worth it. Worth it. And I mean, it's just getting better, guys. Like we have 2 episodes left. I'm excited, really excited. That finale, whew, I'm ready. In terms of 1883, I believe that's the spinoff of Yellowstone. I could be wrong. But thank you guys for the super chats. Y'all are killing it. All right. Okay, back to the chat. All right. I have not seen In Bruges, Zach, but I know if Nathan's still in here, shout out Nathan Jones. I think this is one of his faves. And this is McDonough, right? Who did Banshees and 3 Billboards?
Banshees?
Of Inisherin, yeah. Not to be confused with Banshees Teen Wolf. All right, let's see. This is for you, Cam. Your Twitch stream's coming back. Look at the cute kitty.
Aww. Cute kitty. Yeah, I've been wanting to bring them back. I tweeted the other day. I was like, what if I brought back my Twitch streams and I just played Stardew Valley every day?
I mean, that's a fun game, right? For you, enjoy it.
I was just farming.
Yeah, it's like Minecraft, but
it's
not
like cozy streaming.
Yeah, fair. Well, peace, Nathan. If you catch us on the replay, appreciate you stopping by. We'll have to catch up soon. Favorite courtroom movie? Ooh,
Daredevil.
Daredevil, yeah. Damn, I would say A Few Good Men is up there.
Legally Blonde.
Great
Easily
pick.
the best one.
Great pick.
My sister can quote that entire thing.
I want to rewatch Trial of the Chicago 7 because that was a courtroom film and it was really good. But there's definitely one I'm forgetting where it's not like specifically a courtroom film, but My Cousin Vinny, definitely a sort of a comedy courtroom film. But there's definitely like another movie that I'm not remembering that has awesome courtroom drama in it. And it's escaping me right now. But I'd have to say one of those that I just mentioned. What's your favorite Stranger Things ice cream flavor? I'm still yet to have them. Well, Spartan, we are making a special video about that. We're going to get all of the flavors and try them. Tomorrow? I kind of do, yeah. Or Friday. But over the weekend, hopefully I can edit it up. It's going to be really neat. We're going to get all the flavors, try them, rank them, do a fun little thing involving that. We haven't gone out and gotten them yet.
I'm so pale.
But Christ. But I'm looking forward to it. Question, if you had to choose 3 actors to watch for the rest of your life, only those 3, who would you follow? Like what 3 actors? So their projects, and then that's it.
Sebastian Stan. Because that
gives you a lot of the MCU.
A wide range.
Technically gives you Infinity War Endgame.
That gives me the MCU, that gives me Once Upon a Time, that gives me some good movies here and there, like
damn.
I, Tonya, can throw in Pam and Tommy, his little indie films that he's done.
You gave one. I'm giving one Harrison Ford. That gives me Indy and Star Wars, so I'm good there.
Okay.
And technically, some of the MCU soon.
This might be an interesting take for me. I'm gonna go Walker Scobell just because that gives me Adam Project and the rest of Percy Jackson for all of time. And hypothetically, that would give me Deadpool 3 if he's in it. If I want him to, if he's in it, like I want him to be.
All right, I'll go. I got Harrison Ford. That gives me a lot of my favorites. Andrew Garfield, because I want A Social Network, his Spider-Man movies, and No Way Home, Hacksaw Ridge. I mean, he's in a lot of awesome projects.
Oh, it's funny because my third one's going to be Emma Stone.
Okay.
So I got TASMs.
Yeah.
And I've got
La La
Land. I've got La La Land. I've got...
You might be on something there.
Emma Stone is my favorite actress. So.
Damn. I'm going to say, for the last pick for me, it's going to be David Harbour, because I get Stranger Things and I also get Anything the Man's Attached To. I still got to watch Gran Turismo, but those are just off the top of my head. Those are always fun to answer. But thank you for that question, Nathan. All right. What are your thoughts on this? You excited?
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm a big Broadway person, so super excited for it. I'm sure there will be a bootleg at some point in time.
Likely.
That I'll find.
Likely. Maybe not. You can't. Yeah.
I'm really intrigued about Eddie's dad being involved. Like it's.
Me too, Kim.
I just think it just feeds more into the delusion, because why would you bother giving background on his father at a young age, and why would you bother including his dad in the things that happened in Hawkins back then if it's not going to be important to season 5?
Yeah.
And if it's important to season 5, then I'm sorry, Eddie has to be there. Like I don't know what to tell you.
There's a world where he comes back. Let's see. Should Taylor Swift make a big budget movie? I mean, after watching her short film All Too Well, I say yes. You know how much numbers that would do? Like,
she could do it. People would go support it because it's her movie.
Correct.
She can honestly finance the whole thing herself.
Easily.
And I really enjoyed All Too Well. It was really
All Too Well was fantastic.
So yeah.
Speaking of Dylan O'Brien, speaking of Sadie Sink, speaking of Taylor Swift, yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, can I I'm gonna switch out Walker Scobell for Daniel Sharman. So
Okay.
I can watch Teen Wolf and I can watch like Medici and everything.
Fair. And the originals, I guess, right?
Yeah, good one.
Fair. All right. Maggie's in the house. What's good, Maggie? Everyone go check out Maggie's channel. It's on my community tab. But what's one movie that deserved more hype than it got? I'm gonna say
Tangled. At the time,
yeah.
The time Tangled, not so much anymore because like we're 10, 12 years out from it and it's grown and stuff. But at the time, Tangled got really overlooked by Frozen. Like it was bad.
It was bad.
And like Tangled has a whole TV series that just like not a lot of people know about because everyone was so focused on Frozen. But the Tangled TV show is really good.
One movie that deserved more hype than it got. Look, I'm gonna say Onward. Pixar's Onward. Yeah. Came out at a really unfortunate time. Movie deserved a lot more hype. It was fantastic in my opinion. Like truly is a bordering top 5 to 7 Pixar for me. And people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but it just hits me in the feels. I have an older brother. It resonates with me emotionally. I gotta go Onward. It really deserved more than it got. By the way, if you guys are in here, hit that like button and super chat's the way to go to guarantee we get to your question, your comment, your concern. Already been going for 30 minutes. I'm telling you, these things go by fast. So fast. Time flies. OMG, Speak Now TV in the back. I see you. Yeah.
Yeah, both.
Yeah. Oppenheimer or Interstellar? Your choice is obvious, right?
Interstellar.
Oppenheimer.
Mile.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Let's see. Really? I didn't hear about this. So the Continental show comes out this week. I was planning to watch it. It's a sort of prequel to John Wick. I haven't seen any reviews or reactions to this, but that shocks me that it's getting horrible reviews. Wow. I mean, if it's getting that bad reviews, that might be a situation where I'm like, let me not taint the John Wick movies and just move on in life because it's not something I'm dying to watch. If it's unnecessary, I might not even fool with it. We'll see though. Jason Cruz, what's good? How you doing? Marvel Edit says, hey, have you seen the Hunger Games new trailer in Ahsoka Ep 6? We saw Ahsoka Ep 6, talked about that earlier. Cam has a video coming out tomorrow or something, right? About the Hunger Games trailer.
Yeah, I filmed it today and I'll probably edit it tomorrow and hopefully I'll post it tomorrow. I like broke down the Hunger Games trailer because I didn't wake up in time to react to it today. So I kind of broke it down and like explained like what the scenes are and stuff. So
fair. Real good question here, Jack. Has there been a character that's gone from source material to the big screen that you found hard to believe? For example, I have a hard time believing Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. I see what you mean there. That's a real good question. Like, because I look at good examples of this and I go to The Last of Us and the casting there was perfect. Like it was different from the game. But they made it their own. Both Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal, like incredible, brought those characters to life with their own spice in a way, right? So that's like the best way to do that. Poorly done example of that I'm trying to think of because usually they get it right, at least to me. I'm thinking like of a video game, but more so maybe book where you're like, oh, I don't believe that. I don't really know because I'm not a huge novel guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most book adaptations.
I've
been fine with the casting. Like even like current day ones like Bridgerton, like the Bridgerton casting is perfect.
Yeah. You could argue some of the Percy Jackson movie casting, perhaps.
Yeah.
But because that's not faithful, right? As a book reader?
No, not the slightest.
Right. So that's probably an answer for book readers.
Technically, neither is the show, but I don't have an issue with either.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Are you going to Steel City Con for appearances of both Gus and Howard from Better Call Saul? Didn't know that was happening. I already met Gus technically, but Howard Hamlin didn't know he was going. Would love to meet him one day. He's actually in an episode of Friends. You're watching Friends, and I was like, that's Howard Hamlin.
Which one?
I would
What
meet
was
I
it
would
from?
meet Giancarlo again with like that, because you know
He was
what?
cool.
I got him to sign. I'm looking at you guys when I say this. I got him to sign a pop of Moff Gideon right before Stranger Things season 3 came out. Still think Moff Gideon's a great character, but I fumbled the bag. I should have gotten him to sign a
You said
Gustavo.
you mean Mandalorian season 3?
What did I say?
Stranger Things season 3?
Oh, didn't even realize that. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, keep
You know how
going.
that just happens sometimes?
Yeah, I know. Trust me.
Um,
In when I was editing my Percy Jackson trailer breakdown, I called Percy Luke.
Okay. My bad. Mando season 3
Yes.
was about to come out. And I got him to sign a Moff Gideon pop.
Mhm.
And I could have got him to sign an already established GOAT TV villain in Gustavo Fring. However, that pop's dumbass expensive.
Yeah.
But that would have been like a grail item. And I think I will in my life try and do that.
Yeah.
As foolish as that may be. But no, we're not going. Is that in Philly? Or, Pittsburgh, right?
I think if we go to a con
Steel
next
City is
year, it
Pittsburgh.
should be the one in Chicago.
Or the two of us that we've already talked about going to that are driving distance.
I know. Chicago could be driving distance. Where's Chicago?
Illinois.
Where is Illinois?
Jesus Christ. It's like
It's not-
it's kind of Midwest kind of.
Really?
It's like kind of, yeah. It's not well, like if you look at the man in the map, right?
Is this to the
Louisiana,
left or
Arkansas,
right of
Missouri.
Texas?
It's like not it's in that area. It's not far from like Ohio, right?
Damn.
That's what I'm thinking at least. I could be wrong. It's north.
Damn.
It's north.
Oh, I could not name 5 NBA players. The comment below. Could
Oh,
not
that's
do
funny.
that.
I could, but I don't feel like it, so we're not going to answer that one. All right. I'm about to sneeze, I think. So just I'm letting y'all know in advance. My nose is kind of itching. I have a feeling we'll get a big reveal in season 5 that will change how we see all the seasons. Yep. They did it in season 4, and they did it honestly in all seasons they've kind of done this. I think there's going to be like an ep, much like Massacre at Hawkins Lab, where we get sort of the exposition dump, but it's like it's the real truth behind the Upside Down. Because they haven't answered that question yet.
Yeah.
And I think we get that in season 5, and I'm ready for it.
What if Vecta isn't the big bad?
Shit.
Like, what if there was someone already in the Upside Down that helped him become what he is?
That's crazy. That would be wild if they did that. Absolutely wild.
I just thought of that. I'm a genius.
When our Twitch stream coming back in time, hopefully for the new Spider-Man game, hopefully. Ideally, I should say. Let's see. Welcome in, everybody, if you guys are just now joining or joined earlier. Looking for some questions in the chat. Hit that like button if you guys are in here. Super chat again is the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern. Let's see. I just bought you 2 tickets to the stage play. Pack your bags to London. Let's do it.
Are you buying the plane tickets?
No, that's funny. What if I swam? That
You'd
would be
die.
something. Yeah, I would die pretty quickly, pretty harshly too. Thoughts on Lace Ahsoka? I've talked about it a little earlier. Chef's kiss to me, at least. I have not read Millie Bobby Brown's new book. She's doing a book signing in not far from where we live, though. But I don't.
Sure.
But I wouldn't go because I wouldn't want her to just sign a novel. I'd want her to sign probably a Funko Pop or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do a quick speed round. You guys know the vibes. Rotten. I did not know that. That's honestly unfortunate and awful to hear. For the new Continental show. Weird. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to find some questions. Maggie has got to come to Chicago because Maggie's from up in Chicago, right? Who's
Yeah.
that going to?
Jenna.
Oh, cool. A road trip vlog. If we ever did something like that, that would be a fun time for sure. Would you go to Fan Expo Philly? Perhaps. Any Fan Expos are never out of the question, really.
We almost went to Fan Expo.
We almost
Philly
went to
this
Fan
year.
Expo Philly. We went to Dallas instead. I think we made the right call.
Yeah.
I really do.
Especially because John Bernthal canceled on Philly.
Yeesh. He really did. That would have been awful. My eye went to itching on me now for some reason. Why do you think so many stores are going out of business? Super detailed as possible answer, please. The real reason why, like, if you're asking about brick and mortar stores, I think the reason they're going out of
Brick and mortar.
brick and mortar,
What's that?
like buildings. Like that's what they call brick and mortar stores, like Target or like
Oh,
yeah. And there's Amazon, which is like online.
never heard that in my life.
Wow. For example, like Blockbuster is like a brick and mortar video store. Went out of business because of Netflix streaming.
You're just saying sounds now.
Okay, yeah. Or just typical English phrases. Thank you. No. Because of Amazon, really, and on the convenience of online shopping, Blu-ray, even the Blu-rays, you can just order those online. Really, the internet is the number one answer, and that's all I really have to say about that. To quote Forrest Gump, that's all I have to say about that. Hands her a Funko Pop. Yeah. Can you write "I dumped your ass"? That would be hilarious.
No.
I bet you she's signed that before. I don't know if she would, but I've asked celebrities to sign things before, notably William Zabka, and that was a fun time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm referring to, by the way, Jacob. What's your favorite DreamWorks movie? I'm honestly going to have to say Shrek 2 off the top of my head, but I haven't seen the best they have to offer. I haven't seen Megamind. I haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. Those supposedly are some of the best they have to offer, and I have never given them the time of day. So I feel like those kind of have to be in the conversation there. All right. Do you have anything planned for Stranger Things Day? Not yet, but I will definitely have something up my sleeve when the time comes.
Last year, didn't we go to the experience?
Yep. We went twice, remember? We went on Halloween Eve, and then we went a week later because we were convinced that someone was going to show up. But it was still fun.
We weren't crazy for thinking that.
No. Millie Bobby Brown was like in Atlanta, I'm pretty sure.
She lives in Georgia.
So it was close, honestly. But yeah, nothing like on paper right now, but in time. Gavin says, do you think Vince Gilligan should do another TV show next or movie? I think he should be done with the Breaking Bad universe and move on to something else. Yeah, I think he should call it a day for Breaking Bad. You can't really get a better ending. I mean, this man technically had 3 endings to the universe in a way. You had the ending of Breaking Bad, perfect. You had El Camino, perfect ending to character. I don't want to say anything in case you guys haven't seen it. And then Better Call Saul not only ended that show and like the timeline, but then it went past the Breaking Bad timeline and filled in the gaps there. So there's no need to ever go back to that universe actually there's no need to go back to that universe ever. Everyone had a perfect ending. Jack says, tonight is Return of the Jedi movie night with my mom. Awesome choice.
That's so sweet.
What's your favorite scene from my favorite movie of the original trilogy? Well, first of all, that movie rocks. And anyone who slanders that movie, they don't have taste. They don't have the taste because that movie's awesome. My favorite scene from that movie, there's a few that come to mind. Number 1 is going to be, as a kid, I reenacted this. I remember this all the time. So it's the, like, Jabba's sail barge is out and Luke is like walking the plank essentially.
Yeah.
Because the Sarlacc's down there. And the score goes bum, 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 bum. And it like builds up. And then R2 shoots Luke's lightsaber hilt up. And then he catches it. I mean, he cuts Boba Fett down. Like that whole scene, the sail barge scene, that's up there for me.
Can you see me at all right now?
No, just like part of your sweatshirt.
No,
You good?
well,
There you go. I almost just took the damn screen out.
God.
So that's up there for me. Also, though, the end of the film with Vader and Luke showing down, and ultimately we know what happens there. I'll never turn to the dark side. Luke throws his lightsaber aside. God, that movie's so good. But my favorite scene actually is the very end. It's when Victory Medley's playing, and we see, the Ewoks celebrating. Dun, 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 dun. And then it ends with them all happy, hanging out. And that's the end of Star Wars. Chronologically speaking, there it is. That's the end. Even though Ahsoka and some of the other stuff's after.
I like all the scenes with the Ewoks.
Yeah. But great film. I hope you have a good movie night and enjoy that. I love that movie. I've actually been clamoring because before I ever had a channel and before, like, frankly, the last time I had like a real pure rewatch of this trilogy has been a long time, but it was in like 2017 winter. I remember like one day I did the whole original trilogy and like just did nothing but that. Perfect. down to the last minute detail. That trilogy forever goated to me. Do you watch anime? No, I don't. Shrek 2. Way better than Shrek 1 to me.
You can literally watch Shrek 2 without watching Shrek 1 and you're fine.
I concur.
So she said,
what's the problem, baby? I was about to start singing that, honestly.
Baby, I'm in love.
Think about it.
You have to say love again.
Love.
There you go.
Love
think
Quinn.
About it every time I think
You
about
season 3?
Can't stop thinking about.
Come on. Is that a different song? I always just start singing. Oh, it is? Come on. Okay, cool. We're on the same page then. Honestly, did Shrek 2 low-key invent? Did Shrek 2 low-key invent
music?
soundtracks?
Yes.
Yeah. What's funny is I didn't watch Shrek 2 until I was 20 years old for the first time.
Was it with me?
No, I watched it on a whim. Like back in the day, I did live streams with my buddies, and they were like, we would do this thing where like we assigned
a movie. Glitch.
Yeah, it did. We assign a movie on stream, and like we would come back, and it was like a movie club, and that was mine. I was like, I've never seen it. And so that was that. Oh man, I pre-ordered Millie Bob Brown's new book and it actually came signed. I didn't know. It's not a unique signature whatsoever. Oh, okay. Is it like real or is it like one of those printed signatures? Either way, dope. Do you think Endgame and No Way Home are overrated? Because most people are trashing it. Honestly, I think people turn so quickly on both films. More specifically, No Way Home.
I've always been lesser on Endgame than most. I don't think it's an awful movie. I don't think it's the best movie though. That's always kind of been my very steadfast opinion. Same. I've always had the same opinion for Far From Home. I remember coming out of Far From Home and didn't really like it all that much. And now everyone doesn't like Far From Home. But I still like No Way Home. I think No Way Home's a great movie. And I think people hate on it way too much. Way too much.
I don't know what happened. It's actually goated in my opinion. Goated Spider-Man movie. I'll die on that hill. Grace says, love the podcast today. Always love the Teen Wolf updates.
So since
we can't say anything.
I'll say it without saying anything.
But
so we filmed that podcast episode yesterday. Right?
Yeah, I might have to. I can't.
And since filmed, he has finished 3B.
Yeah.
And he's very sad about what happened at the end of 3B.
I mean, like there's video documentation of me like crying.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually that invested in Teen Wolf right now. And at the end of season 3, I'm not kidding. It felt like I watched a loved one die. It was like, I don't want to say anything for those who haven't seen
Eddie
it.
Munson.
But I literally was like, what? It was so out of left field.
I was so shocked that you cried.
Yeah. I
did not think that you were going to cry. I thought you'd be sad. I thought you'd be very,
It got me. I mean,
Jesus. When it got you crying.
It came over me.
I was like.
A lot of emotion.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway.
So.
Yeah. Stay tuned for next week's update.
For those of you that know.
RJ, what's good, bro? How you doing? Thoughts on the Percy Jackson trailer? As someone who has read the first book in 2010, we'll call it, and watched the movie and then the second movie, I thought it looked pretty good.
As someone who...
Like, I thought it looked neat. I'm not like... I don't think it's going to be the level of like an elite TV show. That's just me. But I think it's going to be really good, especially for Disney+.
It looks perfect. As somebody who has read the book and knows a lot about Percy Jackson, is very, very and heavily involved.
Yeah.
It looks perfect.
Yeah. So there you have it. I liked what I saw as an average to not even average fan. I don't know. I'm very self-aware of what I am. I think people online often aren't, and people like to fake their fandomness in a way. And I am not that guy. Like, I'm aware of my knowledge of Percy Jackson. It's very limited. Most of it comes from a 2010 film that's apparently an unfaithful adaptation.
Incredibly unfaithful.
And so I don't really, I'm going to view it as someone who just wants to see an entertaining TV show.
You're going to reread the book and you're going to be gagged.
People were saying not to reread the book. They're saying wait till after you watch it because it could, if the book is that fresh on your mind, it could like...
Who are these people?
Someone commented. I don't know.
One person?
Didn't know who they were.
Don't listen to them. Cats.
Cats.
Actually, fun fact: one of my cats died 2 years ago today.
Jesus. Alrighty then. I've never seen the Family Guy Star Wars, but I think I've seen clips of it, but I've never like fully watched it. What's better ending, Guardians 3 Return of the Jedi? Rot J. Return of the Jedi. Guardians 3 is a great ending, but Return of the Jedi, I mean, it brings Darth Vader full circle. And then if you throw in the prequels, like just imagine how much it hits even different. They're both very happy endings, very different happy endings, but I'm gonna go Return of the Jedi. Would you two rather be mutant wolves or mutant tigers? I think I want to be a wolf, dude. Yeah. But go Tigers. Go Tigers.
If I'm a mutant wolf, then me and Isaac, like, he can live together forever.
Yeah, fair. Favorite moment for the Dark Knight trilogy? It's got to be the pit scene from The Dark Knight Rises when he rises up, doesn't use the rope. I'm thinking about that right now. When they're all chanting, and then it goes quiet, and he makes the jump and climbs out of the pit, climbs out of hell, man. That's the best scene from that trilogy with ease. All right. It's a real signature with a pen. Oh, wow. It just says MBB with the heart. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, shit. I imagine she has to sign so much that valid, honestly. I'm trying to sign, what's it called? My signature, like when I sign documents, professional documents, like licenses, credit card stuff, like just papers, I've changed it over the years.
Mine's been consistent since I was 13.
I've changed it over the years.
And mine's incredible, so I would never change it.
Yeah. So let's see. Gotta head out. Well, peace, Maggie. Thanks for stopping in. Chicago would be fun. I'm not gonna lie, that would be a lot of fun. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that'll do it. We good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick little hour and how long was that? Hour or 52 minutes. Sorry. We'll end with this one because I like this question and this person just joined. Hello, Emily. Do either of you have any favorite Disney songs / soundtracks?
I got a couple for you.
Okay.
Hercules. Tangled.
Okay.
I'm right now.
Moana's pretty good. I wanted to mention some ones that I don't mention a lot because I could sit here and say The Lion King. I could sit here and say Beauty and the Beast. Those are some of my all-time faves. But I want to mention some really good ones that I don't usually shine a light on that are on my playlist. Moana, you've got How Far I'll Go.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you. And then there's one that's been going around lately where it's like, shit, I gotta look it up. Hold on.
Honorable
it's like
mention.
On the Island.
Recently listened to Wild Uncharted Waters for the first time in a while when I was driving.
It's elite.
And I almost cried in my car. And I was thinking about it. Quite honestly, if I'm Just Ken and Peaches get nominated for Oscars and Wild Uncharted Waters doesn't, I'm going to hurt somebody. I'm going to track down the Academy. I'm going to hurt them all.
What's this? Is that not Moana? Or is it?
I think it is.
The island gives us what we need. I think that's Moana. It's like the opening song. Moana has bangers.
Mm-hmm.
Tangled, you already said, right? Bangers. Honestly, Frozen does have bangers.
Frozen has bangers.
Frozen 2, specifically Panic at the Disco's iteration of Into the Unknown is actually better. What else has bangers that we don't talk about? Brother Bear and Tarzan, Phil Collins. Come on. Starcourt says check Twitter DM.
For me, I'm always going to be a sucker for anything on the Sleeping Beauty soundtrack.
Oh, wow. Discussions between the WGA and AMPTP today were very encouraging. Incredible progress was made. The guilds will meet again tomorrow in hopes of ending the 140-day strike and finally paying the writers fairly. Please, God. Please.
Do you know what this means?
What about the actors now is my question. I don't know if that includes them as well or if it's just writers, but still.
Oh, shit.
I would assume they would get the acting. Like, I assume when one goes, the other goes, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say, that means promo for the Battle of Summer into Snakes.
I mean, honestly, I hope to God they get this damn thing resolved and then the actors and writers get what they deserve. But that's a good high note to end the stream on, I think. Thank you for that, Jacob. In conclusion, Disney has banger soundtracks across the board. Stranger Things, the first shadow, excuse me, is going to be fire, and I hope that it does get a Netflix sort of rendition. And I am pretty depressed right now, and will continue to work through the grieving process of Teen Wolf. And life might not go on, but we're going to see what happens. So, love you guys as always. Thanks for being in here. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Check out Cam's house across the board for Percy Jackson content and more. And stay tuned for a lot of content this week. I'm seeing The Creator tomorrow, so it'd be awesome if you guys hit the notification bell so you can watch the out of theater action right when it drops. But hit the like button if you're here on the replay. Also, shout out you. I know the time zones are annoying. And if you send a super chat, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I'm on the road to 100,000 subscribers here, making that final push as we approach 2024. Can't wait to keep on this journey. But thank you guys as always. Until next time. See you guys later.